Sup pussies, you got Techno here, coach of the Carolina Pantherians, and we're here bringing you our round 2 game of the gold bracket, but basically our third game of the TTM All-Star Surge Tournament. Now we are up against Immortal Men's coach of the Hague Hawluchas, not sure how to pronounce it. Pretty good battler, he's from the UPA. I battled him once in the GOT, we had a pretty good battle. I think it might have been Haxie, I don't know, I'm not sure remember. But yeah, looking forward to playing him again, we have made some drops to our team, because that is what you do in Surge formats. My opponent's team, as you guys see right here, is the Hariyama Mamoswine, Raikou, Miltank, Florges, and Gligar. His mons they left on the bench are Sharpedo and Ditto. Now, honestly, it's very hard to not pick mons. Since we know kind of how this bracket is working, it's very hard to not pick mons that do well versus your opponents that are coming up. So I did just that, and he did too. There are a couple of mons you guys can see here that do definitely match up well versus me. For example, Miltank was not a mon he had on his team, but he definitely did probably draft it just for my Superior. But anyways, you've got Superior with Sub, Leaf Storm, Synthesis, and Worry Seed. That way I am able to beat the Miltank 1v1. I don't intend on going for the Leaf Storm immediately versus that thing, because if he's Body Slam, then he'll be able to break my sub, but if he's, it doesn't really matter either way. I can just go for Worry Seed and bop that thing with a Leaf Storm or two. If he switches out, I kill something else basically, so that's great. So yeah, Scolipede with 1 point faster than the Superior in case he brought the Ditto, and I could just Protect versus that thing. I've got Protect, Poison Jab, Aqua Tail, and Toxic Spikes. No Poison type, so I thought Toxic Spikes would be really good this game. But I've also got the Z move on this Scolipede. The reason I did decide to run that is because Z Scolipede is very good versus my opponent this week, or this round, as firing off a Poison EMZ as a nuke versus mons like Raikou, even the Hariyama, is very nice for me. So I will gladly take that. So yeah, there's that. We've got a Scarf Passimian. Now I really fucked up this set. I was originally Bulk Up, so I had Drain Punch, but then I changed it to Scarf, so I'm Close Combat, but then I decided I was Close Combat and Drain Punch, so that sucks, because I don't have U-Turn in this game, but I do have Knockoff and Gunk Shot. The main point of this thing is not only to be a nice Scarf versus this team, but also to get rid of that Eviolite on the Gligar. That's its main purpose this game, as getting rid of that means that a lot of my mons will do a lot more work. Speaking of, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Speaking of, we've got our Aerodactyl here, Mega Aerodactyl, which I did pick up. With Aqua Tail, Stone Edge, no, not Stone Edge, Earthquake, Taunt, and Aerial Ace. Yeah, Aqua Tail, Aerial Ace, Taunt, and Earthquake. Since I did fuck that up, so there's no confusion. This thing's just a really nice breaker versus this team, and it's also a really nice revenge killer, so thought it would be a really good mod in this game. If you guys can't tell, this is the first round with Megas, so yep, very nice. My opponent, unfortunately, though, did not actually end up drafting a Mega, oddly enough. So, yeah, that's just kind of how it is. Understandable. I would have probably picked a Mega this round just for the sake of using one. And so I did, but yeah, kind of just how I feel about that situation. Anyways, we've got Cassib Berry, Spadef, Claydol with Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Ice Beam, and Rapid Spin. I ran Cassib Berry in case he was Ghost DMZ on the Raikou, because that is something he could have ran. I figured that would come over Signal Beam Z, because I do have my Rotom Heat. And then I've got Empoleon with Sub, SD, Aqua Jet, and Liquidation. This thing's just a very nice sweeper versus his team. Also, I felt kind of weird versus Florges this game, so I thought having something that would just destroy Florges, set up all over its face, would be very nice. Now, if you guys can't tell, just so I can get into this and say what I decided to drop, this week I've dropped Heracross, Noivern, what's the other guy? Zoroark, yeah. I dropped Zoroark, Heracross, and Noivern, so 2 mons I picked up last week, and I decided I would swap them for 3 mons I have here. Did I bring all of them this game? I'm not sure. Yeah, Superior, Scolipede, Aerodactyl, what was my last one? Oh yeah, Drotagon. I picked up Drotagon just to fill out that 8th spot, so yeah, now I've got every single spot filled on my team. Overall, it's looking like a pretty solid team. I've definitely got some plans for drops in the future if I do win this game, but anyways, without further ado, let's just get right into our actual game. So, Passimian is going to be my lead of choice, as Gligar is going to be the lead. Like I said in team preview, I just want to get a knockoff on this thing. It's essential for my game plan. And luckily I do, so that's huge. That means Aerodactyl just kind of destroys it. That means that Scolipede is very good versus it now. And now I do expect a U-turn from this Gligar versus the Passimian, because I can't really do too much more to it, so I'm going to go into the Scolipede. And with this damage, or with this switching into the Raikou basically tells me is that he is probably a more offensive Raikou. Which is very nice for my Aerodactyl, because that will probably mean that Earthquake will be able to kill this thing, so, or Adamant Earthquake, so it's very good versus it. Sob's going to come out right here, not too big of a deal for me. I'm just going to fire off my Stealth Rocks. I probably could have gone for Earthquake first, then Stealth Rocks, but it doesn't really matter too much to me, honestly. In theory, that probably was the better play, but like I didn't really care too much about that. I just kind of wanted my Rocks up. I didn't know if he'd stay in, I didn't know what he'd have to hit me. I didn't know if he'd had some like whack set. Either way, I just wanted my Rocks up. Kind of just a weird mentality I have. Anyways, in is going to come the Gligar. I expected this thing. I should have clicked Ice Beam. I did not. I thought maybe Mamoswine would want to come in, so I thought I would just click Earthquake instead. But nope, I do end up just tweaking there, as Mamoswine is now going to come in, and this Ice Beam is going to do literally fucking nothing. 12%, which is pathetic damage, as Ice Shard is going to come out here, and it's just going to kill me. I click Rabbit Spin that turn, just in case he wants to go for the Stealth Rocks. Should have been totally fine with me. Passimian is going to come out right here, and I'm like, okay, I can just go for the close combat, see how much damage I do to the Gligar, as it's going to take 27%, so that's probably a roll to kill, not something I really want to fuck around with, so I'm just going to go right into my Aerodactyl, which will be able to pressure this thing with the Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail, I don't know if it'll kill, but it'll do a fucking load to this thing, so I'm very happy with that. As Miltank's going to come in, and I'm like, okay, time to see if this thing's Rocky Helmet or not, which it is not, as he is going to get his leftovers recovery back. Here I'm like, I can just taunt this thing. It's a very good play for me. You just get that taunt off and not have to worry too much more about Miltank. So, yep, like I said, I will take it. As Miltank was his play of choice, so definitely the right call I made right there. As I'm going to go into Empoleon, expecting him to go for like a Body Slam or something, which I didn't really want to risk versus my Aerodactyl, but he does actually go into the Gligar. So, weird middle ground play that we both made here. So definitely, I didn't feel like it was a prediction, but it definitely kind of benefited him more, because I don't know how much speed this thing has yet. If it is a if it is the faster Gligar, then it will probably be able to outspeed my Empoleon despite my speed investment. So there's that. Anyways, I do expect an Earthquake or a U-turn, so I'm just going to go into my Aerodactyl, as Raikou is going to come in, and here I'm like, okay, Earthquake should just kill. If it doesn't kill, that's fine. It's Aqua Jet range, and Empoleon is looking great this game. And yeah, Earthquake does just kill right there, so that's very good for me. I would gladly take that any day of the week, as Florges is going to come out right here. He said he didn't really expect Earthquake since he saw my taunt, which kind of makes sense, but at the same time, my prep, the way that my coverage worked, I feel like it was kind of perfect coverage for his team. As Moonblast's going to come right there, I went to Empoleon because I hard wall it, and this is where I'm like, okay, let's get this thing juicy. So I'm just going to go right for my Swords Dance right here, as the Hariyama is going to come in. Now, I don't know if the thing's a defensive Hariyama or not, or what type of set it's going to be. If it is defensive, though, it shouldn't really be able to take this hit too well anyways, so let's just see what it does. I'm going to go for Liquidation, as it's going to live on 5%. It does a fuck ton to this Hariyama, as he's just going to knock off right here. And like I was saying, I don't know if I actually said this, I had to re-record this video, but he has no good water resist on his team. This was an amazing bring versus his team, so I'm very happy that I didn't end up bringing in. As now we see, Mamoswine's going to come right in, and that is just perfect for my Aqua Jet right here. So Aqua Jet's going to kill off the Mamoswine, and yeah, it's basically looking pretty over. Now, I didn't know how much health the Gligar was at, so the way I'm going to play around it is kind of a little bit unnecessary. I'm just going to go for Liquidation right here, and like I said, since I don't know how much health the Gligar is at, I'm going to put this on normal now, so you guys can already get what's going to happen here. I am just going to SD up twice, and hope that I am just able to kill it from there. I'm just going to get the +6. I didn't know how much health it was at, by the way, like I already said a bunch of times, so I didn't want to seem like arrogant in doing this play. I genuinely had no clue, because I was highlighting over it, and I've just forgotten. I was stressed out about this game, because I really want to do well in this tournament, and yeah, I was just not willing to take any risks. So yep, there's that. As now I'm just going to Aqua Jet kill that, and he's going to go right into the Florges, and that is going to get dropped by my Liquidation. So, good game to Immortal Ments, definitely a pretty fun one. Very happy that my set did work out in the way that it did, because I did put a lot of time into thinking about how I was going to build this team and I was going to prep it, so very nice. I thought it was a good matchup for me too, so happy with how this all turned out. Next, we are up against Randy HLD, so you guys will see some nice transactions I make on my team for the next round of Surge. Anyways, I do hope you guys did enjoy this battle. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.